This is Cycle 1, Week 21, and we are studying Bach today. You are going to start out with a 5-minute Mozart, and you can find that link here on your script. It talks about his first and second wives, and that his first wife passed away. And then, as always, there are 3 facts to take away, just like we did in quarter 3 with our famous artists. We're also doing that with our famous composers, which you can also find on your script. What we're going to be doing today is making cymbals. The supplies you're going to need are 2 paper plates, 20 pennies per student, a hot glue gun and hot glue sticks, ribbon, as you can see here, and it's going to be gold ribbon, scissors, and yellow paint. And I'll say right now that if you want to mix some of this yellow paint with orange to make it more gold for a brass look, you are welcome to do so, but we're going to start out with yellow. So, as soon as you're done going through the 3 facts about Bach, I would start listening to some of his famous compositions, and then you can start making your instrument as they listen. You can kind of just have it in the background, because obviously you'll be giving them steps. They might have to talk over the music a little bit, but that's okay. It's long, and you can just have that classical music in the background. So the very first thing you're going to do is have all the children take 4 fingers and place it on the center of the plate. And that is where they're going to, I don't know if you see, but here are the holes right here. That's where they're going to mark the holes. For younger classes, maybe they can't take the scissors and, smash it through a thicker paper plate in order to make the hole. Maybe that they're too young for that, but what they can do is take a pencil or a marker and mark off this side and this side where the 4 fingers slip through nicely, and then a parent can come around and make the holes. If your class, if you think that they can handle it, then let them go for it. Let them just really experience all of this and get excited about art and composers and music. So they're going to do that on both sides, and then you're going to thread the ribbon, the gold ribbon. So they're going to thread it through. You'll tie it on the inside like this. Next, I don't know if you can see well in the light, but there's some pennies going around here, and that's what's going to make the clinking noise. Our goal is to have 10 on each plate. They're probably not going to be equally spaced apart if you're having your kids do it, and that's okay. These plates, we have big holes. We didn't actually put 10 on each plate, and as you can tell, they still make a great cymbal sound, even if they're not lined up and spaced apart equally. So don't worry about that piece. If we're not able to find quite as many pennies as we want, it's okay. It could be 8 pennies per plate. It could be 7 pennies per plate. That's where the hot glue gun comes in. They're going to be hot glued on. I would recommend, so all of you have one of these in your art bin. If you have one at home, I would recommend bringing it so that your class can have 2 to work with and things can just get done faster. If you only have one, that's okay too. Maybe you could have the kids place the pennies where they want them, and you can just come around and put glue on them quick. Or if you have time, as they listen, the kids could put glue on and put their own pennies on. Either way, just let them engage as much as you feel like they're able to for their age and skill level. Once those are glued on, it would be fun this is before you paint. The paint is what's going to take a long time to dry, and then they're not going to be able to do this if they paint too soon. So what could be fun is you could turn up the music once they're done with the pennies and have them listen. And when they hear the brass family, or when they hear cymbals within the piece, you could have them use their cymbals and make noise. Or when they hear, pull back parts of the tin whistle that they learned into today's lesson. Are they playing like dynamics? Are they playing forte? Are they playing mezzo piano? Is it crescendo or whatever it is? Just have them listen and play faster when the music plays faster, or play louder when it's forte and softer when it's it's not. So you can have fun with that. And then leave the last 10 minutes for them to paint their plates. That's going to be the final thing. And we're just going to have these white plates that you can, we're not going to use paint palettes, where you can put the paint on and pass it out and set it around the table. And then the kids will use, these are also in your art bin, these foam brushes that are, you can use broader strokes with these. They can paint their plates, both inside and outside, and put it to dry. Just find a good spot to write their name. If they don't want a name label because it sticks out so much, they could find an inconspicuous spot to write their name if they want to too, and then they'll have to dry for a little while. Lastly, I think that will fill up your time. If it doesn't, there is how to draw a violin. It should be in the page protector behind your script. There might only be one or two in there because it's not actually something that they draw on. It's just a guide of how to draw a violin. So this is where paper would be good. I'll make sure you get that. Just blank pieces of paper, and they can work on drawing the violin. If you do not get to this, you can use this in your extra time in the weeks to come. So when it's the banjo, if you get done sooner than your half an hour time slot, then you could just save it for the next week. Have fun.